I can't believe this moped style electric bike is under 800 bucks. Almost sounds too good to be true. Big shout out goes out to Kingbull for reaching out to me and asking me to review one of their electric bikes. This is the Ranger model. In this review, I'm gonna go over everything there is to know about this electric bike. But first, let's get started with the specs. So this is the brand new Kingbull Ranger moped style electric bike. It features a 750 watt, 1300 watt peak hub motor in the rear with 85 newton meters of torque, coupled with a 48 volts, 18 amp hour removable battery. Kingbull claims that this should give you a range of up to 80 miles using pedal assist mode 1, and depending on riding conditions of course. We have 20-inch by 4-inch fat tires, coupled with hydraulic brakes front and rear with 180mm rotors. This bike also has a front suspension fork as well as dual rear shocks for a smooth, comfortable ride, a Shimano 7-speed with the Shimano derailleur, a fairly large and comfortable seat, a passenger seat, as well as passenger foot pegs. In the front of the bike we have a headlight that's decently bright, and in the rear we have a tail light, an active brake light, as well as turn signals. That is always good. The total weight of this bike is 88 pounds with the max load capacity of 350 pounds, and it is UL certified and IPX6 rated. And up on the handlebars we have our rear brake, our half twist throttle, and our Shimano gear switcher. In the center we have a color display, and over on the left side we have our front brake, our on, off, and mode selection button, headlight button, turn signals, USB port, and a horn. And that's pretty much it for the specs. Now as far as the price, this current bike goes for $799, but I will have a discount code for you guys that will be in the description down below along with a link if you're interested in this model. Now Kingbull is having their anniversary sale, and that's happening from June 15th to the 30th, 2026. So if you're watching this video in time, you can go on their website and you can enjoy discounts, all kinds of goodies. If you spend a certain amount of money, you get merchandise, and you might even be able to win a free e-bike. All that stuff will be in the link down below, so make sure to check that out if you're interested in this bike. But in case you watch this after their anniversary sale is over, I'll still have that discount code for you guys. But let's keep this review going and jump straight into our speed test. Now before I do the speed test, I just want to show you the starting procedure. It's pretty simple on this bike since the battery is constantly on. You don't need to switch it on. We just hit this power button for a few seconds and the bike turns on. Now this bike has 5 pedal assist modes. 0 means no throttle. Then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. For our speed test, I'm going to be testing mode 5. So I got my GPS app open and the speed reset. Let's see how fast this thing can go in pedal assist mode 5. Wow, okay, so takeoff is pretty nice. There was a very slight delay, 0.1 of a second, so it goes pretty quick, and it's got decent amount of torque as well. And the bike is already reached its top speed, well at least what the display is showing, of 31 miles an hour. Now I'll be completely honest with you, if I can get anywhere over 25 miles an hour on my GPS app, I'd consider it a successful speed test. So let's see what happens. This should be a sufficient enough of a distance and time for my app to register the speed. So let's stop and check our results. Oh man, look at that. So my app clocked us at 30.1 miles per hour. That is amazing. So 30.1 miles per hour with my weight on it, about 150 pounds. And that is beautiful because that lets me know that the speedometer on this bike is somewhat accurate. It was showing 31, we hit 30.1, so 0.9 of a mile per hour off. That's really good because usually these things are off. So overall, I'd consider this a very successful speed test. Now for the riding experience, so far on this thing, it feels pretty decent. You know, there's a lot of these moped style e-bikes and they all look the same, but this one gives me like, I don't know, like a 25% motorcycle vibe when I'm riding on it. And this motor feels pretty powerful and torquey so far for this size of bike, especially for the price. That is really good. The bike itself feels zippy, extremely agile. Like you can carve with this thing and get pretty low, and it's pretty responsive. I like that a lot. Now, as far as stability, this bike is pretty stable, but I'll be honest with you, see it's pushing to the side because I have my Insta 360 stick sticking out all weird. It kind of threw off the balance, so it's kind of like not really balanced right now. But I tested it without that and the bike was pretty stable, so I'll go off that. Now, as far as the brakes go, we have very nice hydraulic brakes, 180 millimeter rotor. Let's see, I'm working my way up to about 20 miles an hour, hitting the brake in 3, 2, go. Oh wow, that was pretty quick. So we're looking at an estimated stopping distance of about a car's length, give or take, from about 20 miles an hour. Now, these brakes are brand new and they will get better with time as soon as they bed in, but so far they're pretty decent, and overall it's been a pretty good riding experience. So this is our suspension over here. This fork is, you know, very basic and generic, a little bit bouncy. As far as the rear shocks, they're there, I can feel them, and they're pretty okay. I wish they're a little bit softer, but let's see how it does over a bump while I'm sitting down. Okay, so it's exactly as I expected, a little bit bouncy, but better than not having anything. Let's try another bump while standing up over here. Oh yeah, I think we got some air on that one. Definitely felt a lot better. Now let's see if this thing likes a little curb hop over here. Might be a little noisy. Oh yeah, definitely bottomed out the fork. I don't think they're meant to having crazy jumps and things like that. I view this thing more as a commuter, like a cool moped style commuter. So it didn't really like our curb hop too much, but for regular road riding, it should be sufficient enough. So I'm 5'8", 150 pounds. This is what I look like on this bike. The sitting position is extremely comfortable. The handlebars do have a pretty big rise to them, almost like a BMX bike, and I can sit upright. I'm not hunched over. I got plenty of room on the saddle. It's pretty comfy up here. As far as pedaling goes, got plenty of room and it feels pretty natural. Now I do want to show you the seat real quick and talk about all that stuff. So this is our seat over here. It starts off fairly wide and then kind of tapers in. As far as comfort level, I consider this seat medium to soft. It is extremely comfortable. And we also have this passenger seat. Now, passenger seat also kind of medium to stiff actually, but should be decent enough. And we do have these passenger foot pegs. Hopefully you guys can see them on both sides. That is pretty nice. Now, the cool thing about this bike is that the rear seat is optional. And I think that this bike might look even nicer without that seat. Now, it is a review, so I want to show you all the options, but that rear passenger seat is removable and you can kind of save on weight and increase your range, or have multiple people riding this thing, which is pretty nice. Overall, very good size and fit. As far as the tune goes, like I mentioned in our speed test, we do have 5 different pedal assist modes, so you can use 1 and increase your range, or go to 5 and go all out, go the fastest. Now, I do want to show you the throttle curve over here, just so you understand. I'm going to lose all my speed, and look, I can barely twist this thing and make it crawl. It's not the softest I've ever had, but it's pretty good. Turning radius is amazing, and when you want that power, you just hit full throttle and it's gonna reach its top speed fairly quick. This bike also has cruise control, so if you hold down the throttle for about 5 or 6 seconds, something like that, it turns on the cruise control. Now, it doesn't indicate it on the screen, but see, I can let go of the throttle and the bike will keep on going. I like having that feature, especially when you have like a long haul and you don't want to be constantly modulating the throttle. That's pretty good. And of course, it gets canceled as soon as you tap one of the brakes. One more thing I quickly want to talk about is this bike has an option to lock it. So out of the box it comes unlocked, but you could lock it to, I think it's about 20 miles an hour, something like that. What I like about that is just the options, and I like the fact that it comes unlocked already. That's pretty good. And lastly, let's see how this pedal assist works. So I'm starting with my left foot forward. 1 revolution, 2 revolutions, starts kicking in. Okay, so after 2 revolutions, and it kind of tapers in, it's very gradual, and then it gets going. So that's pretty good. Now it works in a way where as long as you're pedaling, doesn't matter how slow or hard, it's going to give you the full power, and that's what I personally prefer, and that's how that works. Overall, we have plenty of options on this bike and a pretty decent tune. Now it's time for what could possibly be the toughest test for this bike. Talking about this hill climb. I'm going to be in pedal assist mode 5, and let's see, will it have enough power to climb this hill with me on it, 150 pounds. Now this hill never comes across on camera. I say this every time I do this test. It's pretty steep. Camera never shows it. And as far as performance on the bike, I do expect us to lose some speed, and we have. Bike dropped to about 17 miles per hour, but as long as we keep on climbing, that's what's important. We dropped to 16 miles an hour now, but we're almost towards the end of the hill, and it actually climbed it fairly fast, fairly quick, and didn't really show any major signs of struggle. The motor just kept on going, and here we are at the top. That's pretty good. So if you live in an area with hills, or hills are a part of your commute, you now have a general idea of what this thing is capable of. Now let's see, how does this thing likes a little bit of dirt riding. I think it shouldn't have a problem from what I could tell so far. Now where I'm at right here, it's like a park, so the path is fairly flat. It is kind of like loose gravel, but it's fairly flat. Shouldn't be a problem for this bike to handle. But now let's take it to something that's a little bit more demanding, let's call it that. It is a short section, but it's just to give you guys a general idea. Me personally, I would kind of keep this as like a cool way to commute. But let's see how it handles this section over here. We do have this very small hill climb. It's fairly steep, so I'm gonna lose all my speed, and let's see, will the motor have enough torque to carry us up this hill? Alright, so just about. It was starting to struggle just a bit, but it was able to carry us. Now as far as power, still produces enough torque, and look at this. Whew! Almost slipped away right there. It has a lot of power for what it is. Obviously it's not the strongest motor in the world, but it seems to complement this bike very well and work pretty good together. Now let's see this fork downhill. Okay, so exactly as I expected. It's right on its limits. It's not really made for a place like this. Again, it will handle, you know, very light trail work like the park area. I personally wouldn't take it to something more extreme than that. So like I said, I would personally keep this bike more as a commuter, but it could handle very light trail work. So what do I think about the Kingbull Ranger? Let's do things I like, things I don't like, and is this thing good value for money or not? I'll start with things I like. There are a lot. I like the way this thing looks. I like the power of the motor. Again, it's not the fastest in the world, but seems to work on this bike. I like the speed that I was able to get on this bike. Pretty impressive for what it is. And when you're on it, it feels like you're flying, even though it's just 30 miles an hour. It feels like you're flying. Very nice. I love those brakes as well. They are very good. Makes you feel very confident on this bike. I like the fact that the rear seat, the passenger seat, is optional. So if you're never going to be carrying anybody, you can remove it and actually make the bike look a little sicker, because I think it looks better without it. But it does come with it, and that's pretty nice. They could have easily charged extra for that. It comes with it, comes with passenger foot pegs. I know a lot of people are looking for bikes for multiple people, couples, friends, whatever it is. This has it, and it's pretty good. Now let's do things I don't like, and throughout the review I tried thinking about stuff I don't like, just so I'm honest with you guys. In this case, I would have to say that the front fork could be a little better. Now for regular road riding and just, typical bumps on the road, it's okay. But as soon as I hopped that curb, that fork definitely did not like that. I bottomed it out. As far as the rear shocks go, they're decent. Again, for road riding, they're perfect. They would be a lot better if they were like 10 to 20% softer. Would have made for a much better riding experience. But that's just like my personal experience because I weigh 150 pounds. So maybe someone who weighs more than that, maybe those will be perfect for. Other than that, this bike is great, especially for the price. And that brings me to my last point. Is this thing good value for money or not? Guys, we're talking $799, $800. And I will have a discount code. But even without my discount code, I think that for everything that you're getting here, that's a pretty decent value for money. Now add my discount code on top of that and it becomes amazing value for money. Again, I will have the link and the code in the description, as well as in a pinned comment to make your life easy if you're interested in this bike. And one last reminder, from June 15th to June 30th, 2026, Kingbull is having an anniversary sale, so check out their website. There's all kinds of things that you can win and discounts, and you might even be able to win a free e-bike. So make sure to check that out. Again, link in the description. Now, I'm pretty sure I was able to go over everything there's to know about the Kingbull Ranger. I appreciate you guys watching as always, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.